Hey, what's up, you guys? It's the girl Nisha, and I am here with a video. If you are catching the replay, I want to thank you for stopping by. I thank everybody who come into this live today. If anybody comes to and I know, people don't want to come watch no Bible reading on no Saturday night. But if anybody comes in, Lord, I just ask that you protect their family and friends and just thank everybody who come into the live today. So I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. I'm on Numbers chapter 15, verse 15. Hey, Leilani, how you doing, sweetheart? So I'm on Numbers chapter 15, verse 15. And it says, one ordinance shall be for you of the assembly and for the stranger who dwells with you, an ordinance forever throughout your generations. As you are, hey, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. One law and one custom shall be for you and for the stranger who dwells with you. Again the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, when you come into the land to which I bring you, then it will be, when you eat of the bread of the land, that you shall offer up a heave offering to the Lord. You shall offer a cake of the first of your ground meal as a heave offering. As a heave offering of the threshing flour, so shall you offer it up. Of the first of your ground meal you shall give to the Lord a heave offering throughout your generations. If you sin unintentionally and do not observe all the commandments which the Lord has spoken to Moses, all that the Lord has commanded you by the hand of Moses from the day the Lord gave commandment and onward throughout your generations, then it will be, if it is unintentionally committed without the knowledge of the congregation, that the whole congregation shall offer one young bull as a burnt offering, as a sweet aroma to the Lord, with the grain offering and its drink offering, according to the ordinance, and one kid of the goat as a sin offering. So the priest shall make anointment for the whole congregation of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven them. Hey, Frank. Hey, Leslie, Lisa, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh wait, okay. It shall be forgiven the whole congregation of the children of Israel and the stranger who dwells among them, because all the people did it unintentionally. I'm on Numbers chapter 15, verse 27. And if a person sins unintentionally, then he shall bring a female goat in its first year as a sin offering. So the priest shall make anointment for the person who sins unintentionally when he sins unintentionally before the Lord, to make anointment for him, and it shall be forgiven him. You shall have one law for him who sins unintentionally, for him who is native born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger who dwells among them. But the person who does anything presumptuously, whether he is a native born or a stranger, that one brings reproach to the Lord, and he shall be cut off from among the people. Because he has despised the word of the Lord and has broken his commandment, that person shall be completely cut off. His guilt shall be upon him. Now, while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moses and Aaron and to the congregation. They put him under guard because it had not been explained what should be done to him. Then the Lord said to Moses, the man must surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with the stones outside the camp. So as the Lord commanded, Moses and all the congregation brought him outside the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died. Jesus. Just for picking sticks. Oh, okay. Again, the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel. Tell them to make tassels on the corner of their garments throughout their generations, and put a blue thread in the tassel of the corners. And you shall have the tassel that you made Look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that you may not follow the harlotry of which your own heart and your own eyes are inclined, and that you may remember all and do all my commandments and be holy for your God. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. Okay, so now I'm on Numbers chapter 16. So I'm about to read Numbers chapter 16. Okay, it says, now Korah, the son of Israel, the son of Koth, the son of Levi, with Datan and Abraham, the sons of Eliab, and one of the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moses with some of the children. Hey, I'm on Numbers chapter 16, verse 2. And they rose up before Moses with some of the children of Israel, 250 leaders of the congregation, representatives of the congregation, men of renown. They gathered together against Moses and Aaron and said to them, you take too much upon yourselves, for all the congregation is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Why then do you exalt yourself above the assembly of the Lord? So when Moses heard it, he fell on his face, and he spoke to Korah and all his company, saying, tomorrow morning the Lord will show who is his and who is holy, and he will cause him to come near to him. That one whom he chooses, he will cause to come near to him. Do this. Take censers, Korah, and all your company. Put fire in them and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow, and it shall be that the man whom the Lord chooses is the Holy One. You take too much upon yourselves, you sons of Levi. Then Moses said to Korah, hear now, your sons of Levi. It is a small thing to you that the God of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the work of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to serve them. And that he has brought you near to himself, you and all your brethren, the sons of Levi, with you. And are you seeking the priesthood also? Hey, Ray. I'm on Numbers chapter 16, verse 11. Therefore you and all your company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron that you complain against him? And Moses said to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, but they said, we will not come up. It is a small thing that you have brought us up out of the Elam, flowing with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, that you should be acting like a prince over us. Moreover, you have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, nor given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will you put out the eyes of these men? We will come up. We will not come up. Then Moses said, very angry, and said to the Lord, do not respect their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, nor have I heard one of them. And Moses said to Korah, tomorrow you and all your company will be present before the Lord, and you and they as well as Aaron. Let each take a censer and put incense in it, and each of you bring his censer before the Lord. 250 censers, both you and Aaron, each with his censer. So many men took his censer, put fire in it, laid incense on it, and stood at the door of the tabernacle of meeting and Moses and with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. Then the glory of the Lord appeared to all the congregation. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, Separate yourself from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. Then they fell on their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirit of all flesh, shall one man sin, and you be angry with all the congregation? So the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the congregation, saying, Get away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. The then Moses rose and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, Depart now from the tents of these wicked men. Touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all their sins. So they got away from around the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abraham. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tents with their wives, their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, By this you shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all his works, for I have not done them on my own will. If these men die naturally like all men, or if they are vanished by the common fate of all men, then the Lord has not sent me. But if the Lord creates a new thing on the earth, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them up with all that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the pit, then you will understand that these men have rejected the Lord. Now it came to pass, and he finished speaking to all these words, that the ground split apart under them, and the earth opens its mouth and swallowed them up with their households and all the men with Korah and with all their goods. So they and all those with them went down alive into the pit. The earth closed over them, and they perished from among the assembly. Then all Israel who were around them fled at their cry, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. And a fire came out from the Lord and consumed the 250 men who were offering incense. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Tell Ezra, the son of Aaron the priest, to pick up the censers out of the blaze, for they are holy, and not scatter the fire some distance away. The censers of these men who sin against their own souls, let them be made into hammer plates as a covering for the altar, because they presented them before the Lord. Therefore they are holy, and they shall be a sign to the children of Israel. So Ezra the priest took the bronze censer which those who were burned up and had presented, and they were hammered out as a covering on the altar, to be a memorial to the children of Israel, that no outsider who is not a descendant of Aaron should come near to offer incense before the Lord, that he may not become like Korah and his co- companions, just as the Lord had said to him through Moses. On the next day, all the congregation of the children of Israel complained against Moses and Aaron, saying, You have killed the people of the Lord. Now it happened, when the congregation had gathered against Moses and Aaron, that they turned toward the tabernacle of meeting, and suddenly the cloud covered it. Excuse me. And suddenly the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. Then Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of meeting, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Get away from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces. So Moses said to Aaron, Take a censer and put fire in it from the altar. Put incense on it, and take it quickly to the congregation, and make anointment for them, for wrath has gone out from the Lord to plague. The plague has begun. Then Aaron took it as Moses commanded and ran into the midst of the assembly. And already the plague had begun among the people. So he put the incense and made anointment for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, so the plague was stopped. Now those who died in the plague were 14,700, besides those who died in the Korah accident. So Aaron returned to Moses at the door of the tabernacle of meeting, for the plague had stopped. Alright, y'all. So that's all I'm basically gonna read for today. I'm tired. I had to come and get my Bible reading for today though. But I'm about to get ready to go back to sleep, y'all. So I just wanted to come and do a quick little reading. But yeah, so the next chapter I'm gonna be on is chapter 17. That's not that long. 17 and 18 really not that long. The rest of these chapters kind of short compared to what they've been. So I might get through a few chapters. I might try to come on tomorrow morning. I ain't making no promises though.